Hey everyone, and welcome back to Peyton's Place. Here on Peyton's Place, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to be a successful student activist. On this episode in particular, I'm going to give you the 4 things that you need personally or internally to really be good at this. So let's get into it. First, I want to thank everyone for watching my first episode. I want to thank everyone who liked, subscribed, turned on their post notifications, let people know, followed us on Instagram, liked our page on Facebook. Just thank you so much for tapping in and tuning in. But I want to jump right into it. So I'm going to break down 4 things that you personally need to really be good at this. First, you have to be passionate. In order to really be good at anything, and honestly, you have to be passionate about what it is that you're doing. But the first part of student activists is student. You are in school first and foremost to be a student. And as a recent alum, I know that's not easy. It's very difficult. You're trying to balance studying, working a job potentially, being a leader on campus, other personal things that pop up in life, being broke.
Bankrupt, no money on my card.
You know, the college students, we be broke. I'm gonna just put it out there. But your passion is what's going to drive you. When you have an exam the next day, or you have something that you're up all late studying for, but you also have to get ready for a meeting the next day, your passion is what's going to wake you up. It's what's going to keep you up, keep you pushing, make sure that you're doing everything you need to do. Your passion is also what's going to fuel the movement. So when people feel that you're serious and you're passionate about something, they're naturally going to just gravitate towards you. Because when you are real and just honest and very passionate about what it is you're speaking about, people feel that. And people gravitate towards people who know what they're talking about and are also just like really serious and down for the cause. So the first thing you need to be is passionate. The second thing you need is people who are supporting you. And I'm going to break that up into 2 different pieces. So when I say people who are supporting you, I'm saying you need people who are on your team, but also you need people who are supporting the movement. So let's start over here first. So let's look at the Student Inclusion Coalition, which I mentioned in the last video. It was 8 of us who founded this organization, and it was a lot of work. And we were also on a time crunch because we were in a moment where we really had to capitalize on the movement and the national attention that we were getting. So within the span of like a few weeks, we had to start a registered student organization. We had to come up with like a mission, a purpose to let people know who we are. We had to have a presence on social media, all social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. And we also had different roles that we had to play. So we had people who needed to communicate things to students, people who needed to communicate things to administration, people who were in charge of assembling people and getting people together, people in charge of the town hall meetings. That's something that you really need strong, solid people on your team for. Being a student activist is not something that you can do alone. You need those solid people. You have to have those people who are really down for the cause and as passionate as you are. As far as having people who support your cause, who are part of the movement, you need that as well, because numbers matter. I'm going to stress that a few times in this series, but the numbers matter. If you have a protest with 400 people, or you have a protest with 40 people, the protest with 400 people, it looks more put together. It looks more supported. Like we were representing a whole group of marginalized students. So it wasn't just the few of us who were talking and, really involved in this movement. We had to go out and tap into the different communities that we may not identify as. So that's why you also have to diversify your team as well. Because for us in particular, we were representing multiple different marginalized communities, and you want to make sure that everyone's heard and seen, so they really do support your cause and your movement. The third thing that is very much important as well is you have to be willing to learn and listen. There's a lot of different things that you have to learn and listen to, or people you have to learn and listen to. I'm going to start first with the people that you're working with, your team, the people that you are in the trenches with. You have to be able to work with these people, and you also can't be a leader if you don't listen. Listen is such an important skill. You have to be able to not only just talk to talk, but you have to talk to listen, because everyone wants to be heard. And if you are a student leader, a student activist, you are representing the voices of so many. So you have to be willing to listen to the people who are in your corner supporting you on your team, but you also have to listen to the people who you're representing. So we had town hall meetings. We had people fill out polls on social media to figure out what it is that you need. How can I best help you within this role that I have as being a student activist? So you're listening to so many people, but you also have to be willing to learn. You have to sit back and realize that no one is really like a professional at this, especially as a student. We're all learning. So you have to be able to listen to those you're working with. You have to be able to learn from those you're working with. And you also have to learn from the people that you are that you're representing. So, for example, we had to learn about a lot of different communities that we may not know much about, or may not have that many connections with. But our main thing was being inclusive. So everyone has to be heard. Another thing you have to do is learn and listen to administration, which is a key component that many people miss. So we had to listen to what they said. We had to listen to when they said, okay, we can do this, or you need to speak to this person, you need to go here to do that. But we also had to listen when they were like, we can't really do that. And we had to come back with something else. And we also just had to learn how to work with them in general. Like, yes, we were all student leaders on campus, but we hadn't always worked with the people who run the institution. So we had to learn from them. We also had to learn from movements in the past. History repeats itself, and looking at where other people messed up can really put you ahead of the game. So even people looking back at our movement and being like, you know what, maybe they should have did this, this, and this, it's gonna put you ahead of the game. So you have to learn from that as well. And also listening and learning, like, we had to figure out where the money reside. We had to learn that.
We going where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside, where the money reside.
Okay? Because we had to figure out who was getting the money, who was giving out the money, and how could we get the money. And you can't just come in saying like, I want this, this, and this. You need facts. You have to go in with facts to back up everything. And those are things you have to learn. You have to go in and find this stuff. It's somewhere. Somebody on your campus knows what went wrong in the movements years prior, or they know what's going on with the money to help you. So you have to learn those networks so you can tap into those different people. And I'm telling you, people are going to support you. They're going to want to help you in this movement, and just because of your passion. Honestly, going all the way back to that. But the last thing that you need, and it might be the most important thing, but you have to believe in yourself. I can't stress this enough. No one is going to be able to, get you up out of the bed in the morning. No one is going to be able to coach you through things if you don't believe that you can do it yourself. And you are more than capable. I'm sitting here telling you right now, if you're watching this, you definitely believe in yourself already, because you're taking the first steps to really get to where you want to be. So believing in yourself is just, it looks different for so many other people. I mentioned in the other episode that I'm a very quiet, reserved person. But one thing I do is believe in myself, okay? Y'all can't tell me that I can't do this, that, and the third. I believe I can, so it's gonna get done. So that's the last thing might be the most important thing, might be the thing that is the hardest for some people, but you have to believe in yourself because there are so many others around you who believe in you. But it starts with you. So just to recap, the 4 things that you need personally to really be good at this. You have to be passionate about your cause and what it is that you're fighting for, or what it is that you're advocating for. You have to be willing to learn and listen. You have to learn and listen to a lot of different people because you're representing people. You're going in talking to higher ups. And the 3rd thing, you need to have a solid team, a solid foundation. You gotta start solid because it's all gonna break, honestly. So you have to have that solid foundation to begin with. And the 4th thing is you have to believe in yourself. You can do it. You're here with me tuning in, so I know you can do it. I want to thank you all so much and remind you to subscribe, to like, share the video, and don't forget to tune in next time where I'm going to give you a play-by-play on how to really have a successful movement. Thanks.